walk no more, and then I'll probably make my kids or my wife wheel me in a wheelchair.
Bobby Pierce, are we going to have a last lap slider at Gateway? Pierce's broke, Shepard wins! It's for Brandon Shepard!
If it didn't break, I was sending it in there regardless, whether I was 10 car lengths back or what. We were going for it.
This is your videocast preview. Great open, Tim Truex, for the Gateway Dirt Nationals. I am Michael Rigsby inside our FloRacing studios. I'll be joined by both Kevin Kovac and Kyle McFadden here very shortly as we spend about the next 20 to 25 minutes laying out everything you need to know about what is now the 9th edition of the race that has simply become known as the Dome. The thing I probably want you to remember first and foremost off the top of your head is there is only one place to watch this event. Every lap exclusively from Thursday all the way through that final checkered flag on Saturday. There is only one place to watch it, and that is right here at FloRacing. Thursday the 4th, Friday the 5th, and Saturday the 6th of December. The Kubota Gateway Dirt Nationals can only be seen live on FloRacing. Let's bring in my guys now, Kevin and Kyle. And I've challenged them both to come up with 3 things that they've got about this upcoming Gateway Dirt Nationals weekend. We're going to hold off on that for now. I'm going to start right here. I have done a little bit of research this week, talking to drivers, talking to crew chiefs, talking to vendors, talking to parents, to moms, to wives, to grandparents, to everybody under the sun. And all of them feel unequivocally, guys, that this is going to be the biggest Gateway Dirt Nationals ever. Like, there's no debate about it. This is going to be bigger than ever. Cody Summers said as much to Gordy Gundaker on his podcast. Kevin, this race has had some up and down moments. It's had some rocky moments, but it has somehow persevered through all of it with 30,000 plus people expected Saturday night. How did we arrive here? It really, there's no debating it. Call it whatever you want. This is one of the biggest dirt late model events on the calendar, period. Kevin, how did we get here?
Yeah, it's like every year now, it's like there's the people have been infiltrating up higher, up into the dome, right? Up into the upper decks and stuff. And that's always been the dream, man. Imagine filling up the dome, for a dirt late model race, not just the lower part, the top part too. And it looks like there's going to be more people up there, and it's going to be getting closer and closer to that. It's just a race where, like, everybody can have their eyes on it, and people, it's getting to that point where it's like that vacation race or something. You put that down on you put your vacation days in. You're going to go to this. You're just going to enjoy the whole weekend. You're not worried about really how long anything takes or something. If you're a fan, you just want to be there and you want to experience it because it is so unique. You're not going to experience this at any outdoor racetrack you have. Doesn't matter where it is, Eldora or Charlotte or anything. It's just not the same. And the word of mouth has gotten out there too. Yeah. I mean, obviously the videos or people see that, but that word of mouth, I hear so many times people like, you got to go check it out. And that's what I think a lot of people every year, more people do it.
Yeah. I mean, if we put 22,000 people in Eldora for the World 100, and if we're talking close to 30,000 people for the Dome, I mean, that just puts it into perspective right there that this, I mean, honestly, is our biggest event of the year, right? Maybe it's not the biggest race, but it is our biggest event. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, just it just really speaks to Cody Summers' perseverance and his vision, right? To where, I mean, I wasn't around for the early years, but just hearing the stories on just how this event, it almost died, right? Like a few times. Now it is a fixture on our calendar every December. It's a perfect way to cap off the year. And we got a loaded field this year that we can talk about.
That's the other thing that bounced back, right, guys? Before we get to your list, right? I have been, I'm going to talk about at the end of the video cast. I remember where I was standing when Cody called me and said, I got an idea. Do you think you'd want to broadcast this? Yes, is the short answer, Cody. And all he did was send me a picture of the Dome. It was a race that guys didn't necessarily want to race. And now, like you said, I mean, you look at the field for this, Kyle. I'll start with you. I'm not saying it's a World 100, but this is a really good field of race cars. And 5 or 6 years ago, we didn't have that. It was like a couple of good guys and a bunch of other guys. Now it's like all the dudes are here at this thing, Kyle.
literally, I counted 18 of our top 25 that was in our year-end poll here. That is on par with the PDC, which also
Yeah.
drew 18 of our top 25 this year. So, I mean, it is a crown jewel caliber uh, field, and there are regional guys too that can mix it up too that we can talk about. And so, but yeah, I mean, it is absolutely loaded. We have the top 9 guys in our top 25 here for the first time ever in dome history. So, I mean, we have the best of the best showing up here.
It's a great equalizer, right, Kevin? That's the thing about it is a guy like Jason Welshan can have a moment because you don't need the best motor, the best anything. You can rub some elbows and get in there and bump, and that's we may have 18 of the top 25, but a dude who's ranked 40th could win this thing.
Yeah, you've seen it like it. How about those? Look at the moments that some of the regional or even local guys have had. Cody Bauer wins a preliminary night, right? Rusty Schlenk has gotten there. Rusty Schlenk is not a guy that he struggles when he goes to, like, say, an Eldora or one of these big races. He knows where he can be at his best. And this is a race that he's going to hit because he has a shot. And, of course, Tyler Carpenter. When Tyler Carpenter won back-to-back Gateway Dirt Nationals.
It took it to another level. That
opened it up. It's just like, man, you don't have to be one of the national touring drivers to win this race.
All right, guys, I challenged both of you to come up with 3 things each. The 3 things that you're most interested in as we head to the Gateway Dirt Nationals. We're going to start with Kevin's list and go one by one, and we can kind of comment on them as we're going, and then we'll do Kyle's list. So here's Kevin's 3 thoughts on this year's Gateway Dirt Nationals. First off, Gateway has become one of the biggest events of the year for drivers' merch sales. Kevin, there's no doubt that's driving these star drivers back to this. I'm not going to reveal the numbers, but it's blowing Eldora out of the water right before Christmas. I'll just say this. That line around JD's merch stand last year was the deepest, biggest merch line I have ever seen in my career doing this. Guys are pushing rags at this thing, and that's a big reason it's gotten big, Kevin.
Yeah. I mean, Jonathan Davenport is not a guy that really loves being on a little tiny bull ring here and having to be physical and bang into drivers to probably make passes. But he knows where he's going to be making some money, right? So he's going to be there because of those merch sales. That's making him come. That's driving these guys, Bobby Pierce, and even lower tier drivers that are just regional. They don't have to. It's not necessarily a national guy. There's guys on the lower, on those regional levels that are they're bringing new apparel. They're bringing some sort of holiday themed T-shirt or something that's going to stand out, and they're going to sell it. There's so many people there that you don't go anywhere else where you have this many people. I mean, Eldora doesn't even have this many people now. If it's going to be a 30,000 fan turnout.
Kyle, I don't know if you've counted this. Quick answer on this, but it's got to be 15 to 20 new wraps, and I know that's going to be part of your topic later. But there's a lot of new wraps, T-shirts, everything. Kyle, to Kevin's point here.
At least, I mean, they are flooding our social medias over a week out as we are recording this. So yeah, really cool to see like all the wraps. There's going to be lots of them.
Let's get back to Kevin's list. Number 2 on Kovac's list. It's an end of an era for Josh Rice, right? A breakout season for him. He'll be on a national tour next year. Gateway is his final weekend, driving that longtime sponsor owner Rick Jones's car. It'll be a bittersweet weekend. I know he cried after that victory at Eldora. I think we may get more Josh Rice tears if he were to win this race, Kevin, as well.
Oh, yeah. Josh speaks so highly of Rick Jones, where this is the reason why Rick is the reason why he's able to get this ride with JRR Motorsports and go race with James Ratliff and make a living at dirt late model racing now. Rick has taken him as far as he can go, and now Rick will get one last race. I mean, that would be a hell of a story if he's able to get a win there. I mean, Josh Rice is a guy, he's not afraid to mix it up, obviously. So this is he's a 100% bona fide contender to go out there and win this race. He's been there a few times now. He has some experience at the Dome, and I like if you're rooting for a story, that would be a pretty cool one. Hopefully, Rick Jones would be there too. I mean, I hope he's bringing him along to be there with them for the weekend.
Let's take a look at number 3 on Kovac's list, and then we'll hop over to Kyle's. And Tanner English is the guy, he's the tormented guy here, right? He's the tormented dome guy who every time you look up on Saturday with 8 laps to go, you're like, is Tanner English going to win the dome? Tanner English, can he finally get a race that has eluded him so many times in various heartbreaking ways? That'd be another one. This guy probably feels like he's owed one, and this year it pays $70,000 to win. So I think if he's going to cash it, Kovac, he would love to finally do it this year.
Yeah, this would make him feel good that he waited until the big bucks were on the line to finally break through. But man, there's been it's been like a broken record almost here. Every year it seems like going up to Tanner English and talking to him about like his latest heartbreak, his latest trials and tribulations that he's had trying to win this event. It's a race that kind of does fit. You don't have to get up on a cushion to win here. You have to be smooth. You have to be, that inside lane is a lot of times is going to be the winning way around that racetrack. And he can do it. He's been so good. He's been right there. He has a blown motor. He gets in the tangle. I mean, there's been times that he's had like tears in his eyes, just feeling like that win went slipped through his fingers. And that'd be another one where, man, he gets there, he gets it done. There's going to be a lot of joy in Tanner English's camp.
One word answer, Kyle McFadden, yes or no, can Tanner English win the dome?
Absolutely.
I gave yes or no. He went absolutely perfect. I love that. Let's transition into Kyle McFadden's 3 things now. His 3 things he's paying attention to as we head into Gateway. Number 1, how will Cody Summers' new draft style format, which was a lot of fun, they did it online, him and his wife Emma, shake up the storylines? Kyle, take us through this a little bit, just kind of how Cody did it, and just in general, what do you think? How will it shake things up new this year?
I thought it was great because it kind of takes away the conspiracy theories of, well, they loaded up this night for this one guy, and this won a prelim night, isn't as good. Look, it is as even as it gets, right? And we have superstars, all throughout the list. I mean, on Thursday we have Brandon Shepard and Bobby Pierce leading the way, Nick Hoffman on that night too, and then on Friday we have Ricky Thornton Jr., Jonathan Davenport, and Hudson O'Neal. So the Lucas Oil Ringers, right? And so I mean, it'll just be interesting to see, who, just will we see more fights this year? Will we see more drama this year? Right? Just how will the format in terms of the roster selection, how will that change things up at the Dome this year? I'm really looking forward to seeing the vibe there. So yeah,
I do think, Kevin, one point on that, Ben and DJ, as they were getting ready to put their announcer notes together, both said to me, and I mean this respectfully, it's a deeper, more recognizable roster of guys. There's more guys in there that, because in the past there would be guys that had not raced once the entire season that would show up and run the Dome. I think we've got a little bit less of that, which I think would help, Kevin, this year overall, the flow of the show.
Oh yeah. The depth there. It's like usually you get to the feature in the spins, the crashes, the tangles. They do fall down. They don't have as many because of the experience level of the drivers. But I mean, and going back to the draft too, I think that was a good idea by Cody to do that. Kind of does, it evens out those 2 nights. There's not going to be that. If you're doing a draft and you're looking, hey, well, this is the next guy I want to pick, and it should split up those, make sure that one of them, one of the nights isn't overly stacked. And I think that you look through those lists, and it does look, it looks pretty even there between the 2 nights.
Kyle, let's look at number 2 on your list. 11 non-touring drivers started last year's. Remember, only 20 cars start this race, pretty small track. 11 of the 20 were non-touring drivers last year in Saturday's A Main, with 5 finishing inside the top 10. We kind of alluded to it on Kevin's points. You don't have to be 32 or 20 RT or 49 to be competitive and win this race, and that is one of the things that I think makes it so attractive to multiple guys who aren't Lucas Oil or World of Outlaw competitors. You can go with Ryan Unzicker, who is a damn good race car driver. He's not going to probably win the World 100. Ryan Unzicker can go win the Dome, Kyle, and that's what you're getting at with point 2.
That's exactly right. I mean, there's not, it's hard to find an event where there's like so many national touring guys there, and more non-touring guys make the A main than actual touring guys.
Yeah.
I mean, that happens like at the Dome. And the list of regional guys this year, I mean, you could say it's probably more loaded than ever before.
Yeah.
Mike Spatola won last year. His prelim night came fourth. We have Mike Harrison, Shannon Babb, Dylan Thornton, Tyler Peterson, who's a 3-time WISSOTA champ, making his Dome debut there. We have Kyle Moore, who's won 20 plus races in Ohio for the last 2 years. I mean, we have Kyle Hardy, we have Colton Burdett, the Ironman champ. We have Hayden Cardwell, who's been on the rise in the crate ranks, making his super late model debut. I mean, we could go down the list of guys who could shake things up. And so, I mean, you know, there's always those handful of regional guys, as we said, who are going to be in the mix there. Expect that again, even though we have the strongest field, you know, showing up at the Dome.
Kyle, let's take a look at your third and final point, and that is, we talked about it a little bit, special paint schemes. And don't forget FloRacing's Best Appearing Car Award. Touch on that a little bit, Kyle. And it's going to be, some of these cars are going to be hard to recognize. There's so many new paint schemes. There'll be so many new T-shirts. It's pretty cool, and we're glad to be involved again with the Best Appearing Car.
Yeah, so unfortunately, there's only 10, wraps. So, we will have an inside voting panel pick out the 10 best wraps that we think of over the 100 plus cars at the Dome. So that'll be the hard part. But hey, it's $1,000 to the best late model looking car and the best modified looking car too. So voting opens on Friday the 5th, and it will close on Sunday the 7th, with the winner being announced on social media on Monday the 8th on our platforms on FloRacing. So last year, I think Brandon Shepard won the race and won the best paint scheme. So, I mean, there are some of the best looking race cars that will show up next week to Gateway.
Kovac, do you have an early favorite? Have you seen any of the wraps, and do you have an early favorite? You'll be on the voting panel. Don't have to tell us who you're voting for yet, but do you have an early favorite?
I think I do. I mean, can I say the name or no?
Sure, of course. Why not? There are no rules here.
I thought I saw Brandon Overton with like a old little Budweiser.
Yeah, it looks good.
And that because he's had that Budweiser sponsor from a local distributor down there in Georgia for like his entire career. He's been a really big backer of Brandon and Cody's racing. And I saw that they're going to throw it back, I guess, to that look. So that should be and I'm going to have my eye on that one. That one looks pretty cool. We'll have to get some Anheuser-Busch right up the road, right there in St. Louis. Yeah,
we'll have to get some guys. That was great. Thank you very much for those 3 thoughts. Of course, we couldn't end this video cast preview of Gateway without some Todd Turner thoughts as well. So let's run through a couple of those. If we could first, producer Jeff, let's put up our first one. How about some Dome notes? Brandon Shepard last year became the third time that someone's went back-to-back. It's kind of crazy. Illinois owns it. Along with 4 Illinois winners, at least 1 Illinois driver has been in the top 5 in every finale. Illinois drivers have filled 35% of all-time finale starting spots. No other state has more than 10, 35-10. 4 of the 8 winners have gone flag to flag. And I like this year. The first finale paid $1,000 to start. This year's race pays $3,000 to start. And we talked about this, with a record race winning purse of $70,000. Good job by Cody bumping that up. What wins? No chassis manufacturer has won more than twice. Longhorn has a single. Longhorn's won an awful lot of races lately. A little bit of an equalizer here. Just 1 Gateway victory in 2023. And on an annually rebuilt oval, the quickest fast time is 10.687 seconds. That was our buddy Darrell Lanigan 9 years ago in 2016. And the slowest, a little slower that year, Ricky Thornton, almost 2 seconds slower last year in 2024. A few more things from Todd, the Dome winners. Scott Bloomquist, of course, 2016. Bobby, 17 and 18. Tyler Carpenter, 19 and 21. Remember, there was no Dome in 2020 because of COVID. 2022, Tyler Erb, that emotional weekend after his father's passing. And Brandon Shepard, back-to-back in 2023 and 2024. How about the schedule of events for this weekend? Thursday, half field qualifies, heat races, consies, and a $10,000 to win feature. The other half on Friday, heats, consies, and a $10,000 to win feature. On Saturday, you've got those non-qualifiers races, qualifying races, and a $70,000 main event. On-track activity begins at 3 o'clock. Pit stop challenges. How about this new this year also? A pit stop challenge will set the top 3 rows of the prelim lineups, top 3 prelim finishers locked into the finale. That's going to be fun. Enhanced drivers' intros precede the main events, and all late model and modified action, of course, can be seen live streaming on Flow. Are you both coming to Gateway? Remind me, I should know this. I think you're both there, yes?
Yeah, I'll be there. Last year was the first one I missed. I had to go to a wedding, and I never missed one yet. So I lost my perfect attendance last year.
No to you, Kyle, but you'll be watching, yes?
Oh, absolutely. Will I be watching? Of course.
Speaking of watching, don't forget one last time, if you want to watch the Gateway Dirt Nationals live, there is only one place to do it, and that is live on FloRacing Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, every single lap. Thanks to Jeff Burba for producing today. Thanks for Kyle and Kevin for tuning in. We will see you guys at what has become arguably the biggest dirt late model event in the country, and that is the Dome at America Center. We'll see you this weekend.